Can you explain to me why you've protected your land with a conservation easement?
Well, when I use the word protecting my land, it's really protecting my enjoyment of the land, and which I protected for, well, not only for my lifetime, but for my children and grandchildren, as my parents protected it for us too. So we've given an easement on it so that it cannot be developed, and it has to be used for the purpose which it is being used for now, which is really enjoyment and farm with agricultural land, and with hay and crops and beans and wheat on it. But there's a lot of river and a lot of floodplain land down in the valley, which is terrific for Boy Scouts and Army cadets. Everybody comes there. We're almost got 5 bridges in there, and any weekend, in fact, any day you go out there, as long as it's not too cold, there's people there walking around.
One of the programs that you used was the Federal Ecological Gift Program, which is a program that gives donors the knowledge that their land is protected with the federal government's blessing, and also tax receipts. So why would you, if you were talking to other people who had land, what would you tell them about why they should protect their lands?
Well, I think they have to start with the premise that they want to protect it. I mean, they want it to remain the same. You know, if you don't want the property, or you just figure I'm living here for another 5 years and I'm going to go and leave, well, then maybe you're different. But if you really want it, you want to spend the rest of your life here, and your children and your family identifies with it too, then you've got to do something. You know, you can protect it. You can get the government is very generous in their receipts they will give you for the additional value that from the sort of your base to what it might be worth to a developer. They'll give you a receipt for it. So that's pretty good. So you get your money, or you get your money in the form of a tax receipt, and you still keep your land. So that's pretty good.
That is, yes.
That's pretty good, and that's what we do.
Thank you. We were really fortunate last year to utilize the land for a BioBlitz, and we had a number of volunteers come out. Easily over 80 volunteers, I think, out on the property. And one of the things that we have sent out to all of our donors is an overview of what we've done on the various BioBlitzes on the land. And one of the main ones was the Jackman BioBlitz, where we were able to identify over 435 species. So we had a number of people out at base camp, and Kim Stevens was organizing that for us, and so we had all those people out at the base camp, and were able to, over the period of 24 hours, be able to identify a number of species on the property. Gives us a
435 species.
Yeah.
Well, that's a lot. That's more than I would ever identify, but I think it's wonderful that the land can be used for this purpose.
Yeah.
And so it's there.
Yeah. What it helps us with too is climate change. So we know what species are there now. We know some interesting species that maybe are shifting already and moving further north. There's on some properties we've seen some species that normally are in the Carolinian forest that are south are now up in our area. So it allows us, as climate changes, to do these things, you know, regularly and see what's happening on the ground with all these critters too. So so thank you for allowing us to do that.
Well, thank you for coming. It's a great pleasure for me to have you there, and to have our farm and our property identified for all these useful purposes.
We're a small group of staff, and we have a large group of volunteers, and have increased them quite a bit with these BioBlitzes. A lot of people weren't really
Susan, I think you've done a terrific job of building this organization up, and you've got into all these different areas, and keeping this part of Ontario the way it has been originally, and it's a great tribute to you and to everybody involved with it. There you go, there's me.
There's you. That's right. We couldn't do it actually without our donors though, and everybody working together. So I think that's the key for anyone trying to do something different in the world or trying. You just need everybody involved in doing that.